Hello and welcome back to the 100% playthrough of The Witcher 3 Blood and Wine. We are still doing the main quest, the Beast of Toussaint. We need to go to Corvo Bianco and examine the body kept in the cellar. However, we will first dive into the notice board. Crane Isle closed to unauthorized visitors. Following Captain Delatour's recommendation, the prison upon Crane Isle and its vicinity are hereby declared a no-entry zone. Any trespassing upon this certain or activities deemed distracting to the prison's guards are strictly prohibited. Only the families of the inmates are allowed to visit, and even then only upon presentation of a permit issued by the ducal chancellery, Minister of Justice Victor Tremblay. Wanted the White Wolf. The Witcher Geralt of Rivia, known as the White Wolf, is wanted to serve as a guide. His potential employer guarantees an ample wage for this unusual contract. For more information, he should go to Count Belladel's temporary base camp in Toussaint. Note, we kindly request all other persons not to present themselves at the camp until the pretense of being Geralt of Rivia. Count Belladel was not born yesterday and can certainly tell who is a witcher and who is faking it. All those journeying to his camp in shabby costumes with wooden swords strapped to their backs can save themselves the trouble and turn back. Notice from the Ducal Camerlengo. Calling all knights errant and other strongmen. The duchy needs you. Your aid is required. Bounteous rewards are in the offing. More details available at the Ducal Camerlengo's office on Knight's Dorman Square. Announcement for the Office of Internal Revenue of the Duchy of Toussaint. The Office of Internal Revenue hereby announces a limited live auction to be held regarding the sale of a piece of developed real estate and accompanying agricultural land located in the Carburetta Woods region, having been left to the ducal treasury by the late Count Crespi, who departed this world without any heirs. Due to the unique nature of the Bellegarde estate and its important role in the production of wine, bringing great fame to the duchy and all quarters of the world, only subjects of the Duchy of Toussaint shall be allowed to participate in the auction. To all knights errant and other such men of arms, be it known far and wide that the services of voluntarily keepers of the peace shall be needed. Minor problems are expected to arise during the transfer of the above-mentioned real estate, and said problems for their dissolution could require the application of direct physical force. Any volunteers are asked to report to the field office of the Procurator General of Toussaint near Plagman's Bridge, that is to say, to the place where the auction shall be held. Herbs for embarrassing afflictions. Of late, as is often the case during tourney season, the incidence of diseases afflicting the nether regions has increased. I can offer an ointment that will soothe all such unfortunate itching. The innkeep. Contract for a Witcher's caravan escort. The Witcher or Witchers. The Beauclair Coopers Guild is seeking an individual or individuals willing to escort a merchant convoy through an area threatened by the Great White Terror. More information can be obtained from Gaston Legraf at the merchant's camp in the forest to the north of Coronada Vineyard. Malgrim Poulon, Under Secretary for Threats and Risk Management, Beauclair Coopers Guild.
Ducal clerks looking for help. Could be good coin to be made.
We also have some more. Spot missing. My dog's gone missing. White with a black patch on his eye answers to Spot. That is, he comes running when I call him Spot. If you find Spot, bring him to the Cockatrice Inn. The innkeep knows me. Spot too. You turn. I hereby declare that William of Stratford steals rams, prostitutes his services for pennies, and smells of weak old fish bricks. I cordially wish him the clap, ringworm, and awards within his bum's ample crevice. Take that, le papillon. Announcement. Fixing roofs. Pleasuring ladies Good prices. Find me at the pheasantry. Ask for Lou. Hunting season now open. By decision of the Grand Master of the Hunt, all members of Hunters Union are hereby called upon the call of numbers of our duchy's woodland predators. As specified in the relevant decree, hunters shall be richly rewarded for presenting ears taken from the wolves and bears which have spread like vermin across the Sans Retour marsh. Amandus, Grand Master of the Hunt and Baron of Trasmanara. Dear customers, the valued guests of the Cockatrice Inn are kindly advised to be on their guard when approaching our inn, and even more so when leaving it. It is of utmost importance you bypass the Marcescent forest, as man-eating monsters lurk therein. We beseech you. You heed our warning, for we fear otherwise the loss of so many guests will ruin our inn's carefully cultivated atmosphere. We wish you safe journeys and kindly invite you to visit us again. Linka, the Ink's daughter. Boot lacking services. Come amiss, leave well dressed. You'll see I'm the bleeding best, the boot black of the port. Well done. That was quite a mouthful to read. Wine Wars Belgar.
The guard brings peace to our domains. Flout its writ and rot in chains.
Big Game Hunter. And Knight for Hire. Oh, Toussaint is just so beautiful. Mutual of Buclaire's Wild Kingdom.
Sounds of a fight. Have to hurry.
Oh, we are already at Corvo Bianco. Corvo Bianco vineyard. Oh, good.
Damn it. Killer must still be here.
Oh, this guy's dead. Thank you very much.
Throat torn open by man-like jaws. Man-like, except for long fangs. Busted ribs, blood from the ears. Took a solid hit. Massacred by a vampire. Not an Ekimara, though, or a Fletter. Bruxa, gotta be. Killed with a single blow.
Bestiary entry added. Proxy. Well then, they are vampires. Bruxa. If you must travel through the woods, steer clear of any places where you can hear several different kinds of birds at once. That sound means you're entering a Bruxa's territory and can kiss your life farewell. Anonymous piece of advice. Fortunately for us all, Bruxa are rare creatures. Most live far from population centers, for they can care greatly for their own safety and make their lairs in places where they cannot be taken by surprise. Those who decide to live near men avoid crowds and emerge from their shelters only at night. When they do, one could almost mistake them for a delayed travelers hurrying towards their night's lodging, yet subtle details give them away. Their close ties to birds, their piercing voices, and the breathtaking speed of their movements. Bruxa are far swifter and stronger than men, but their greatest asset is their ability to turn invisible. Bruxa dart about with uncanny speed, and with their power of invisibility, they can easily confuse opponents and attack unexpectedly or from behind. Thus, when fighting these vampires, the Moondust Bomb is a great aid. While it cannot eliminate the vampire's invisibility altogether, it can make easier to track its motions. Generous smearing of the vampire oil is also effective. Bruxa use their sharp claws to attack and can easily break through an opponent's guards by buffeting him with a hail of blows from all directions. They will try to bite their prey and drink its blood once it is weakened, so every witcher who expects to encounter such a monster should swallow a black blood potion beforehand. Bruxa are also known for their sonic attacks, which knock down and stun their prey.
Black blood and moon dust. Could be lifesavers. In
True
the
that.
cellar. Gotta be. River Muck carried the body in his cart. River Muck carried the body in his cart. Attacker had no trouble knocking over the cart. Claw wounds from 5 separate claws, spread of a small human hand. Footprints. Small bare feet. Lead deeper into the cellar. Fell down the stairs, broke his neck.
In here, no. Something behind here, but we can't get to it yet.
Hurled against the wall with great force.
Oh dear.
Took a lot of strength to batter this down. Used this to batter down the grate.
Let's prepare beforehand. Hands black blood. Go into alchemy, see if we can't make so we need cherry cordial. Okay. 3 base. Can't make it, thankfully. White gall and this. But we have no white gall. Okay. Fingers crossed this goes well.
You. Saw you at the inn. I know what you are. Don't know why you killed these people, though. Clearly wasn't for their blood. We don't have to fight.
You are wrong. I cannot let you leave.
Moondust. Forgot about that one. Okay, Moondust. Oh, she died from bleeding. Okay.
Killed all these men to get to the body. What was she doing at the table, though?
The Bruxa of Corvo Bianco. This is turning into quite a reading session. The Bruxa of Corvo Bianco. The Bruxa Geralt encountered and killed in self-defense at Corvo Bianco differed from other creatures of this sort. Firstly, it was more intelligent, capable even of articulating words in human language without much difficulty. What's more, this Bruxa was tied to the beast, the mysterious murderer prowling Beauclair at the time. Fighting it presented Geralt with quite the challenge. Like other Bruxa, this one possessed strength and speed far above that of any human, could turn invisible and could attack using a sonic wave. As is typical for all vampires, it sought to suck its victims' blood. This meant the usual defense against those creatures. The black blood potion was an effective weapon against it, as were the Moondust bomb and, naturally, the Witcher's trusty silver blade.
Stinks.
As a corpse does, Geralt, yes.
Waterlogged. Both hands amputated. Body was quartered just as I thought.
Let's examine the head.
Laid in water for some time. Head swollen, and something took a few bites out of it. Something in the throat. A pouch, bulging with coins. Nilfgaardian florins, from several different provinces. If the murderer did this, means we're dealing with a sentient thinking beast. Body was chopped up after death. Blows struck with great force, but bones sliced through, not crushed. Creature that killed him had long claws, sharp as a witcher's blade. First sank its claws into the victim's heart. No Bruxa did this.
Last but not least, let's examine the severed hand.
Third hand. A spare? Except it's clearly not the victim's. Guardsmen must have not noticed it as they picked everything up. How's this possible? Still warm. Blood still flowing? Several monster species can regenerate. Never heard of that happening to their severed limbs, though. Or of their limbs seeming completely alive after so much time. Examine the tissue more closely later. Might learn something. So, murderer was clearly a monster, but not a Bruxa. But then why'd the Bruxa come here for the severed hand? And who does the hand belong to? Why the hell's it still warm? Now, pouch shoved down the victim's throat. What's the significance? And why was he chopped up into pieces? Lots of questions, no answers so far. Need to know about the other victims. I'll ask Palmerin to get me in to see the Duchess.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Does not bode well, does it? When we have to, might as well loot everything. Oh, it's locked. That's a shame. This one isn't locked though. The platter with random cheeses on. That's also nice. And one get upstairs or no? I think the no. And the backside closed. Oh, that's closed. Oh, that's a shame. You know what? I think in this playthrough we're going to just not use Roach. We're just gonna run everything. To everything, everywhere, every single little bit of the way we will just run. Solely for the reason of taking in the beauty of Toussaint, and also because I don't want this game to end. I'm way too attached to this game. I'm just way too attached. Now, before we talk to Palmerin...
Witcher? Was that truly necessary? And how nuts?
Aye, aye, spy, if not boars.
What?
Where have
I
your
vow
journeys
upon
taken
the
you?
crane
I believe I've made myself clear. I shall not grant you leave. It's out of the question.
Linos of Metina.
In question?
Upon Lac Selavis waters floats an isle. There you will learn all.
I must see a
must
medic.
ride where destiny calls. Godspeed till next we meet.
A fruitful hunt to you, Witcher.
Wait. Turning crow.
Oh.
No, come back! Man on the horse, come back. My god.
Crawling on an empty stomach. Oh,
Horse.
dreadful.
Horse, come back.
Yes? What?
Good
Oh,
folk!
nothing.
Have you seen these prices?
My sister saw where
I
this
must
one
have
beggar
drunk a
buried some
crazy
gold
potion.
coins. Ow!
What do we have here? Oh, you're just a merchant. Okay. Linos of Metina's coat of arms. Nothing in his tent.
Just and true.
Grandfarn of Atre.
Yet the less for whom he'd pined and yearned.
Letter to Rheinfarn. Dear sir, since I did not find you in your tent, I was in a great hurry. I left the goods there. I'll come to collect the coin later. The Fistek is of the highest sort, just like last year. You can be sure of that. If the need arises, I'll deliver more jewels tough. Oh goodness. Drugs on the tournament. Guy de Boy Present coat of arms. I butchered that name 100%.
To you, my dear, I've sworn my heart, my soul.
Pick and choose while I've the inclination. Once I
Baron
close this
Baron
shambles down, you
Polverin
won't
of
see me till
Lone
next
Falls
week.
coat of arms. Has nothing too exciting in his tent. Delacroix's file. Ooh. News of the beast had taken a third victim was reported by a crayfish fisherman by the name of Linus. The beast's dismembered corpse had been found in the river's shallows, tangled in the man's nets. The victim was identified as Count Delacroix. The evidence suggesting this was the beast's third victim were the wounds to the body's ribcage, which were dealt by long claws and constituted the immediate cause of death. It is not known why the beast dismembered the body. Perhaps this was a matter of staging to provoke certain connotations, as in the case of the two previous victims. No additional objects or tracks were found near the body. Count Delacroix's personal effects most probably were carried off by the river's current. Ramon du Lac's file. The night of the feast of Saint Nepomucen, two patrons exiting the Clever Clogs Inn came across a corpse lying in the gutter. Both witnesses, Xavier and Bruno, are known to the ducal guard, as they have previously been convicted of petty theft. Seeing the highly unusual circumstances of the deceased's death, the witnesses informed the ducal guard, and guardsmen arrived on the scene in short order. The victim was identified as Ramon du Lac, a knight-errant in the ducal service. Sir du Lac was dressed in a nightgown and nightcap, with a pillow placed under his head and a bed warmer placed in his hand. His clothing and the pillow had been soaked through by the gutter's contents. The victim perished as a result of being pierced through the heart by long claws. The blow was dealt with great precision. The guardsmen searched for any fragment of a five-pointed star near the body, as was found in the case of Count Crespi. Yet their search yielded no results. Witnesses Xavier and Bruno deny having taken any such item for themselves. We also have Crespi's file. Victim's body was found by guard patrol after sunset. Guardsmen recognized the deceased as Count Crespi. Body was found on hands and knees propped up against pillory. Corpse was already in a state of rigor mortis, which could indicate Crespi had undergone great physical exertion before death. More likely, the murderer waited for the post-mortem stiffening to set in so the body would remain in the desired pose without the need of further support. Crespi died from wounds dealt by long claws. His own sword in its sheath was hung around his neck. He was clothed in attire which, according to his servants, he usually donned for suppers. Lying on cobblestones near the body was a 5-pointed star made of gold. Nothing has been determined regarding its origin. And Donimir of Troy's coat of arms. Letter to Donimir. To Sir Donimir of Troy, greetings. I have learned from a well-informed source you shall take part in the knight's journey into Toussaint. Putting aside the fact of that duchy's dubious reputation, loose morals, tendency for debauchery, drunkenness, and lechery, the fact its noble women are said to ride around on horses topless, their enormous breasts bouncing in the breeze for hours on end, and the fact its knights errant fight not for the hands of the above-mentioned ladies, but for the hands of and elsewise of each other, I must remind you that is terrain which to us, to the good subjects of the northern realms, is culturally foreign, if not hostile, for whatever is not with us is against us, and the so-called neutral reek of cowardice and treachery. But allow me to get to the point. Since you insist on riding to Toussaint and consorting with drunken knights, at least make good use of the opportunity and give some Nilfgaardian a good hiding, for Redania a well-wisher. Goodness gracious, just leave the politics out of it.
I pledge my love to win the tourney with your name on my lips.
But what if another knight proves victorious? Many a valiant man has entered the list this year.
So much food
Then I
here.
pledge to remain silent and not remove my helmet until I fulfill my first pledge to you next year. By my troth,
Arrogant
it is
bastard.
the Witcher who saved us from woe.
If anything, the training grounds prove to be very bountiful for food.
Our sweet shining sun.
Can I also grab this? Thank you. Some more wine wouldn't be bad.
Work doth one ennoble, sloth doth one gratify.
It is right and
Richard.
fitting, Witcher, that the Duchessa summoned and you came.
There we go.
Eat, drink, and be merry. Thus spake the prophet Lebioda.
Pinky, hello.
Welcome, welcome. Tell me what you'd like.
What do you have in store?
Be so kind as to show me what you have to sell.
There we go. Mandrake cordial. Cherry cordial, always great. No, not for Danian herbal. No. On something else. That's most decidedly not Redanian herbal. Marvelous. I would very much like to sell this, but there we go. Now it works. Beer. Let's get rid of the alcohol, because if that comes into our consumption slot, it's not gonna be nice. This, and you also probably buy all sorts of trinkets. Our life much easier. 61k, not too bad. Are you up for some Gwent too, by chance?
A round of Gwent, maybe?
We do have Skellige now, which we'll probably use in due course, of course, but First, we'll play with the Northern Realms until we get a decent enough deck. I think we'll do this. Probably this too. There we go. We don't have any more spy cards, which is kind of a... Can play this. We can continue being like this. I have no problems with that. I mean, you can play this game. I think she's now gonna play another one of these. No, I'm actually very surprised. We are still winning, so I'm just gonna pass. Decent enough. See if we can make something happen. I mean, it wasn't exactly worth it, but it's okay. We won another car, that's nice.
Did you catch our sweet shining sun?
A war longship, that's also very, very good.
Agreed! And last!
Never you are.
We stopped here, actually. We began here, Guillaume's tent.
Over generosity! And the valiant have shown themselves cowards!
Oh my god, that voice. Invitation to the hare hunt.
The gods have no compassion for them!
Thank you. Invitation to the hare hunt. The hare's been up to all sorts of mischief. While the unicorn slept, he stole his horn. When the phoenix was away, he stole its egg. And he plucked the golden fish from Moran's pond. The Supreme Court of Creatures thus called for a hare hunt, and that cowardly beast ran off fast as he could, losing all his prizes along in the way, and found himself a hiding place. Answer the court's call and head to the palace gardens to join the hare hunt. Recover all the hare's prizes, find the hare himself, and you shall receive your just reward in the name of Her Illustrious Highness, the Supreme Court of Creatures. Noble Alondra. The noble Alondra is widely believed to be a mythical figure. Yet thanks to the painstaking analysis of the source materials, I have been able to establish beyond all doubts that the myth had roots in the true events in which Alondra, a real woman of flesh and blood, took part. What, then, do we know about the noble Alondra? Dressed as a man and calling herself by a false name, she served as a squire. Just before being dubbed a knight, she revealed her true identity and was forced into exile. She lived in a desert, and as the mysterious Heron Knight defended pilgrims. She fought at the Battle of Cervantes Pass, where she was badly wounded and taken to the field hospital where she was recognized. We know the Duke, moved by her courage, dubbed her a knight, and she then became the heroine of many tales which describe the righteousness of her character and generosity of her spirit. Alondra's disappearance remains shrouded in mystery. The most popular legend claims the knight was summoned by the Lady of the Lake and journeyed to the bottom of the lake to see here, where she remains to this day as the guardian of that subterranean domain. Iliam's scrap paper. Oh, that's the wrong button. Oh, fair Vivienne, thou hast dove's eyes within thy locks. Thy lips are like a thread of scarlet. Crossed out, thy two breasts are like jugs of milk. Crossed out, thy two breasts are like young roes that are twins. Illegible line. Thy hands are like two white moons. When, oh, when shall thou glance at me, oh Guillaume? Clearly, writing poems isn't exactly your strong suit. Have a couple more tents over here.
I vow on the crane that I shall fight with honor, and I dedicate this fight to you, my
must
lady.
Be a terribly barbaric land.
Form Acker Sparks of Mecht's coat of arms. Oh, you're a prince. Interesting. And you only have on fiber. Oh, never mind. There's a short letter to Form. Brother dearest, we wanted to send off a few words to you to cheer your heart. The Emperor of Nilfgaard Emhyr var Embries, I believe the white flame dancing on the grave of his foes, who we have long suspected to be none other than our paternal brother, the never acknowledged fruit of our father's loins, has won the war which has for so long stood between us and proper peacetime nightly entertainments. Redania is ours at last. Drink a sea of wine to that and kiss every beautiful lady you can grab. We needn't add our wishes for you to win the silly tournament, for that goes without saying. You will win, it's certain. Your loving brothers, Orm, Gorm, Torm, and Gonzalez. I kind of...
Why so cross? Have a tipple.
I kind of doubt that
Peculiar cross between a loose woman and a scholar.
They're paternal brothers to Emir, but you never know. Prince Ansais of Lyrian Rivia's coat of arms. Oh, we can just ignite that, okay. And we have Ansais's letter. Dear son, judging by your prolonged absence from the palace, I must conclude you have yet again rode off to join the knight's tournament in Toussaint, despite my asking you not to do so. Twice in a row you begged coin from me for the journey, boasting with confidence that you would win the tourney if you could but have a new horse, armor, and sword. Twice in a row I gave in to your pleading. This year I forbade you from going, yet I see I merely rule my realm, not my own son. Enjoy yourself, but know that your monthly allowance ends today. No matter your place on the podium, I'm sending a messenger with this letter to Beauclair and trust he will find you there. Your loving mother, Maeve. I believe she also knighted Geralt a knight. I could be wrong though. We have Delvin of Craig's coat of arms.
On the fuller, a rust stain. On the point,
Hey, what kind of armor is that? Thane Mirkwood. 90? Okay, Roach?
You will pay for this after the tour.
Cease to succor. I ain't ancient traditions!
Baseless
It doesn't look all too nice, but we'll take it. We'll take it. Tale of Dorndal's coat of arms.
Pastime with good company.
Smite?
I laugh and shall until I die. Grudge who lust, but none deny. So gods be pleased, thus live will I.
Are you done? Thank you. My manifesto, The Life of Jacques de Adelsberg.
Pastime with good company.
Oh my god.
I laugh and shall until I die. Grudge who lust, but none deny. So gods be pleased.
Yeah. Yeah, gods be pleased. Let's go all the way down. Is it this? Yes, it is. The reasons for choosing Jacques de Adelsberg as Grandmaster remains a mystery. The Order of the White Rose had gone through a crisis in these times and was on the verge of collapse, so one might guess that the Brethren wished to have someone decisive as their leader, someone with a clear vision. The Adelsberg was precisely such a man. One of his first decisions was to change the Brotherhood's name to the Order of the Flaming Rose. The most puzzling aspect, however, is that the Order and the King himself decided to trust a man who, for all intents and purposes, had appeared out of nowhere. They say he was a wanderer, an itinerant priest who moved crowds with speeches declaiming non-humans. They say he worked miracles and showed his flock visions of a world destroyed by the White Frost. He was undoubtedly a man of great charisma, one instilled with unshakable principles, which he in return tried to instill in others. Was he truly a source? Was he indeed gifted with raw magic talent? That we will never know for certain.
No two ways about it.
Okay, what else do we... What else do we have on the tourney grounds? Oh! Have a blacksmith.
Ah, a professional. I like to trade with your kind. You actually appreciate quality workmanship.
That we do. What do you have in store?
What have you got there?
Okay, swords. We can sell you absolutely nothing. However, we can sell you off these. This goes along with this, and this goes on with this. These. Okay. Would you be up for a little Gwent? Of course, we are playing for the 50.
Care for a quick round of Gwent?
Enfield, bamity bam. Music to a smithy's ears.
Another Scalago opponent. Makes things all the more exciting. Might as well trade this one in as well. There we go. Okay, a cow. We have King Ran as a leader. Units only lose half their strength in bad weather conditions. That's pretty dope. Pretty decent, pretty decent. Play out this. Might as well start with Geralt. Lambrock for Archer. No special ability with that one at least. On Crate. Okay, they have the double up points whenever another card is played. Fine. Blue Boy Lugos. Okay, I respect that. I just don't know if there's 3 or 4 of them. I think it's only 3. Rodrigo. Might be a good time to pull out the good old Scourge. The melee row. We'll go Black Hand, and that's an easy win.
Good man.
Thank you very
I need a
much.
fresh set of shoes for my mount.
So, Witcher,
Promptly.
So we have an armorer.
Armor chromed and greft or fluted, whatever your heart's desire.
Well, we would very much like to play Gwent, actually. While we're here.
No, you're busy, but you up for a round of Gwent?
Here, Master Witcher. Over here.
I'm very, very adamantly wanting to add all of these. Worship, this, and this definitely goes in. Dandelion might be useful. This, definitely. Let's do this. Scourge. 1 Commander Scorn, 1 Scourge. One this and one this. Other than other than that, I think we can continue on. This guy's playing Nilfgaard, so rather have. Ooh, very nice. It's been a long time since we had all 3 of the Blue Stripes Commando. I should have known. Might as well play out this as well. Yeah. Fog, that's good. Exactly because of this. I think this should also be a fairly easy win. Now we don't even have to play further. And there we go. Okay, do we have anything else over here? Skellige Storm. Sounds very intriguing. Do we have anything? Peacock feathers. Bottles, and otherwise I think that would be the infirmary for everybody who gets injured. But I also think this is going to be it for this episode, so thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, show your support by liking, commenting, and subscribing to the channel. It helps the channel grow, and it is very much appreciated. I hope you will join Geralt and I on this adventure in the next episode, and until then, bye!